Hi, this is Micah. I'm going to start some video and blog series about Ask Micah. That way I can address some of the questions I'm getting because I'm getting quite a few uh, messages from people with questions, some scenarios they would like me to address, and I think it would just be easier because some of them are so similar if I just start making some videos and then I can answer them publicly. And if you have ideas or questions yourself, please message me privately. Visit missmicah.com to do that. You can also comment on social media because I pay attention to that. Okay, so the main question that I want to begin with today is the one that I got around sadness. This person basically would like to know, what do you do with the sadness? Like, I think of this person, or I'm in the middle of this healing and all I can feel is sadness. Well, first, I want to congratulate you for recognizing that you are sad and letting yourself be sad, because I can't begin to tell you how important it is to just be in the space you're in. I'll use myself as an example, and I am not the only one. It is very easy to build walls, barriers, armor yourself, and by doing that, you're kind of taking on the victim role. And in order to get out of the victim role, you have to start acknowledging your role and getting yourself in the situation that has you feeling so uncomfortable. And then you're using anger, you're using blame, judgment, cynicism, whatever you can to keep everybody out, and the possibility of having to really dig into how deeply this person got under your skin or you let them. It's a super humbling experience, and it kind of makes you feel a little bit, I don't know, sometimes you put yourself down a little bit. You're like, I'm pathetic, or you just put yourself down. And really, that's not it. Acknowledging that you're feeling sad is actually incredibly empowering, because once that begins to move, because emotions are, they're chemicals, hormones that are released in the brain, in the body. They get locked in the body, which is why I do body work with people, because it helps that stuff move. And if you've been holding it on and holding it on, that's how people end up getting sick. So when you acknowledge an emotion and what you're feeling, it a lot of times turns into sadness. And sadness is that water element that moves it through you and allows you to be lighter and find joy again. And in the blog, if you read it, I called it I Forgot My Heart, because for years I had forgotten how deeply affected I was by the love that I have for this person. And I had worked through all the love addict stuff. I had gone so far. And then when you revisit this person, somehow the universe, God, life, whatever you want to call it, make sure that you face how far, that like one more step you need to take in order to move to the next level. And I was faced with it on Saturday. And I had to face how much I had guarded my heart and I had walled it off, and I didn't just let myself feel sad. I used intellectualism, thinking too much. I over-processed things, just like someone can over-spiritualize something in order to avoid something else. In psychology, over-spiritualization is an avoidance tactic. For me, which is super obvious to me because that's not my issue. My issue is over-intellectualization. As you may know from my videos, I want to make sense of every single thing, because if you understand something, you can have compassion, you can forgive, you can let go. Intellectually speaking, that was really important to me, but I had forgotten that my heart was broken, and I didn't want to acknowledge that. I didn't want to face it because it makes you feel unwhole. And you know logically that you're whole, but when you have idealized someone else, or you have really truly believed at the depths of your being that you and this person are supposed to be together, but it's just not happening for a reason, and things that are beyond your control, whether it might be timing or the way things play out in life, it doesn't matter. The fact is it's just not working out because it's just not supposed to, at least not right now. And you have to let yourself just be sad and let that go. You have to let everything go, and that includes the emotions you're feeling. Now, on that note, There is a level where it hits wallowing, and that's unhealthy. If you're wallowing, if you have chosen to suffer over something, that is when you need to look for help. If it's going into stages of depression, anxiety, those are all much deeper issues. And that's when someone like me can step in, because I'm a guide. I'm trained in a lot of different things. And what I specialize in is just being a reference point for someone who's either healing, going through process of self-discovery, or ready to express themselves in a new way, whether it's in a relationship, creatively, whatever that may be. I would be your checkpoint. Come in, check in with someone like me. Maybe you have a friend or a loved one that you can check in with that can help you get perspective, coach you around what it is that can be an alternative response when you're triggered, because sometimes we get so lost in the emotion that the feeling, the pain, the thoughts, whatever it may be, and we're holding it in our body, we're holding it in our heart, we're just uncomfortable all the time. So then we do all these things to avoid it, addictions of other kinds, whatever the case may be, which if you've watched my video, you know what I mean. So check in with someone, because every person's unique, and what's triggering you is something that might need to be addressed, and then coming up with something constructive as an alternative, as opposed to more destructive alternatives. Like one of my destructive alternatives would have been to uh, date without real intention or purpose, or use other people on some level to fill that void instead of recognizing how full I already am. And I found alternatives, and videos were one of those, because I want to help other people find ways to feel good about who they are, with or without this idea, this fantasy that we've created in our mind. So thank you for watching. If you have a question or another topic you would like addressed, please private message me. You can go to missmicah.com to contact me, or go to any of my social media channels and look at some of the content I put there, and subscribe to my YouTube videos, because that's usually where I go first. So thank you so much, and I hope that we continue to explore the different types of love so that we can be more loving with ourselves and one another. Keep on loving.